All right, let's jump right in. What if I told you that pretty much everything we're taught about making money is, well, kind of wrong? Today, we're going to break down a really simple but honestly radical idea that totally flips the script on how you're supposed to build wealth.
Rich people never work for money. Whoa. Okay, that sounds just completely backward, doesn't it? I mean, think about it. Our whole lives we're told, go to school, get a good job, earn a good salary. That's the whole game. So what in the world could this statement possibly mean?
So you got to wonder, right? Is this just some crazy over-the-top statement meant to grab our attention? Or is it pointing to a completely different way of thinking about money? That's exactly what we're going to dig into. It's not about, just quitting your job tomorrow. It's about changing what you're actually working for.
Okay, so before we get into the alternative, we first have to really understand the path that almost all of us are on. It's the one we're taught from day one. The good old labor for money exchange. It's basically the financial default setting for pretty much everyone.
And you know how it works. It's super simple. You go to work, you put in your hours, you use your skills, and in return, you get a paycheck. It doesn't matter if you're paid by the hour or get an annual salary. The deal is exactly the same. Your time and your effort. That's the product you're selling.
But here's the catch, and it's a big one. In this model, your ability to earn money is tied one-to-one to your time. It's kind of like you're on a treadmill. Sure, you can try to run faster, maybe get a raise, earn a little more per hour, but the second you stop running, the whole thing just stops. The money faucet turns off.
So, okay, that's the path we all know. What's the other option? Well, this is where it gets really interesting. The source material we're looking at calls it the asset acquisition engine. And trust me, it's a totally different way to fuel your finances. And this brings us right back to that first quote that seems so crazy. If rich people aren't working for money, then where's it coming from? What's actually generating their income?
The whole answer boils down to one simple but super powerful word: asset. Now, look, we all kind of think we know what an asset is, right? It's just valuable stuff we own. But for this idea to work, you have to use a much stricter definition. An asset isn't just something you own. It's something that actively puts money into your pocket. It makes money for you, all by itself.
So what are we talking about here? Well, the classic examples are things like, stocks that pay dividends, or maybe a business that you own that makes a profit even when you're not physically there, or real estate that kicks off rent checks every single month. See the pattern? In every single one of these cases, it's the thing, the asset, that's doing the work, not you.
This is a total 180. It completely reverses the flow of money. In the first model, remember, your work and your energy flow out to bring money in. But in this model, money flows to you from the stuff you own. The whole mindset shifts away from selling your time to owning things that make you money.
And that's why it's called an engine. Think about it. It's a cycle that feeds itself. Step 1, you buy an asset. Step 2, that asset starts making money for you. And then, and this is the magic part, you take that money and you buy more assets, which of course make even more money. You see, the engine starts to run all by itself. All right, let's put these two ideas right next to each other. Because when you do, you see it's not just about different tactics. It's about two totally different philosophies about money.
Just look at this. On one side, you've got working for money. The focus there is all on earning. How big is my paycheck? You are the source of the income. It's a straight line. Work, get paid, do it again. But then you look at money working for you. The focus shifts completely to owning. Now the assets are the source of income. And it's not a straight line, it's that powerful cycle we just talked about, where it keeps feeding itself.
And this really brings it all home, back to that simple, powerful line that sums the whole thing up. Poor work for money, rich make money work. That's it. That's the core difference between these two financial worlds, right there.
So at the end of the day, this whole thing isn't really just about earning and spending. It's about asking a much deeper, much more important question. When you look at your own finances, when you really think about it, you have to ask yourself, what is my money doing for me right now? And that's a question really worth chewing on.